Hi, as you know, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and in previous videos I've been discussing my own personal experience with breast cancer. In this video, I'm going to discuss the difficult decision about whether or not to get a mastectomy, a double mastectomy, or a lumpectomy. So stay tuned. When I first discovered I had breast cancer, and I saw the oncologist, the surgeon, a nurse practitioner, and really a lot of people at the Mills Breast Cancer Clinic, and I was given two options. I could have a mastectomy or a lumpectomy. And at first I decided that I wanted to have a mastectomy until I learned what that was going to entail, because a mastectomy came with a couple of options too. One of them was having the breast removed completely or both breasts removed completely and just leaving that there like that with no breasts, and or getting the mastectomy and leaving the skin there. They would remove the nipples and just leave the skin hanging there for 6 months. And the thought of that was just, even just thinking about it right now just makes me quiver. So I decided not to get the mastectomy. The lumpectomy meant that I could get the lump removed and keep the breast. But that came with complications too, because if you have a lumpectomy, you could get breast cancer again. The mastectomy would have meant I would have gone for radiation only. The lumpectomy meant I would have to go for radiation and chemotherapy. And what I ultimately chose was the lumpectomy, which meant that I had to have chemotherapy to shrink the tumor, and then surgery, and then more chemotherapy, and then radiation, and then more chemotherapy. So it was quite a long process. But the mastectomy would have required me to go in for surgery and then be with this hanging skin for 6 months. I mean, this was 10 years ago, so maybe things have changed in the last 10 years. But the thought of walking around like that, like I said, I can't even talk about that. But there are problems with both. And it really does come down to a personal decision. I went back and forth so many times and eventually, like I said, went with the lumpectomy. With the mastectomy, when you get radiation, you have to stay out of the sun for an entire year because your skin can burn very badly. But that's the same with a lumpectomy. You have to do the same thing with a lumpectomy because when you have radiation, you still have to stay out of the sun for a year. And I learned that even though you're wearing clothes, and this is a little bit see-through in some areas, whatever you're wearing, the sun penetrates that, and you can still get the rays from the sun through your clothing. So, as I said, I went with the lumpectomy, and I had no idea what that was going to entail. The surgeon explained to me that because my cancer was so close to the breastbone, that when he would cut on, let's say this is my breast, okay, and when he would cut on the bottom of it, it would just, fold under. Well, you can picture that in your mind, but until you see the actual end result of that, you really don't know what that means. So I'm living with the repercussions of that now, and honestly, if I had to go back, I probably would have done the mastectomy instead of the lumpectomy, because now I'm dealing with scar tissue. And that was one of the things they hadn't explained to me, and I'll go into that more deeply in my next video when I talk about things that you don't know is going to happen as a result of breast cancer. But the scar tissue grows. and the scar tissue can cause pain. And the scar tissue interferes with your own breast self-exams because that scar tissue feels like more lumps. So I hope I've given you some information that you didn't know before. I'm sure I haven't helped you figure out what you want. It's a discussion you have to continue having with your oncologist and with the surgeon. I opted to not go with plastic surgery to repair the damage done by the regular surgeon. So again, like I said, I'm dealing with that. But, you know, I'm cancer-free for 10 years now, so that's a good thing. If you like this video, if you like any of my videos, please like, subscribe, and ring the bell for future videos. Thank you for visiting. And remember,